the last Saturday of every month will be an EU time zone friendly tournament. Someone asking, do you guys have a website? I'm so glad you mentioned that because now I get a segue into Giggle's sweet ass website. My man GiggleBear over here worked on a website for a really long time, and we're really proud of it. So if you want to go visit it, it's thenydus.com. Simple enough. So please go visit it. You can get all of our information there and get in contact with us and all that good shit. So. Yeah.
Well, getting into the game, man. Who do you want to introduce?
All right. So our red Terran player from Clan Just, it is Ward.
And his opponent to the bottom of Echo. It is the pink Terran RainySoul.
Yeah, Ward's been showing up to quite a few of the Nydus Network tournaments, so pretty cool to see that he keeps coming back. It's definitely appreciated. The continued support we get is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what he does exactly. I feel like he nailed down a very specific playstyle, but I don't want to give too much away, I guess, so.
What, you're talking about, Ward?
Yeah. Because, I mean, we've casted him before multiple times, right? So.
So it looks like SCV scouts coming out from RainySoul as the barracks does go down. Second refinery going down too, which isn't too strange for TVT as we see it for Ward as well. Just really allowing you to get enough Vespine gas to open up, factory and kind of get your tech options from there.
Yep. Kaye joining us in chat. What's up, man? I thought you were playing tonight. Maybe you caught a buy or something, or I'm wrong about them playing. We do have a second gas though coming down for Ward.
Yep. So we'll have to really see who drops the factory. If anybody builds any Reapers or anything like that. That's really okay. So RainySoul is building one Reaper as well as Ward. Really kind of paying attention to the factory timings here to see when those tech options open up.
Yeah. Biggity Ball is saying I'll be signed up next weekend. Awesome, man. So the way we do that is on our Twitch page, under our profile, we have a little button that says sign up, and we'll just swap out the links once a week. So just come back basically tomorrow. I'll already have the new link signed up, and you just click sign up right there, and it'll take you directly to our challenge. But spoiler alert, it's going to be challenge the Nydus number 11. That'll be the URL too. So we just go up numerically. Yeah, like
the number changes. Yeah, that's it.
But either way, we hope to see you, man. Sorry you couldn't get in this week.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, that was more important. You were talking about the game. I'm all over here.
No, really, just this Reaper cleaned up an SCV, and that's about it, man. But keeping that Reaper, RainySoul's keeping the Reaper defensively in her base, as well as you can see Ward's kind of on patrol there by where the Reaper usually jumps up. Kind of nice.
Oh, it's doing the damn chat channel thing again. He said there's 11 people in the chat channel, the Nydus, but no admin, please. There's like 2 different the Nydus channels. It's oh man, I don't know why it keeps doing that, but you guys are in the wrong channel, I believe. A channel can't be full, right? Like that's not a thing.
I don't know, man. I always just get to, I'm kind of default in the channel, but I just like /join space the Nydus, all one word. But I'm not sure. It sounds like there's like a difference between a group and a channel. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're not looking for the group the Nydus. It's all you have to do to type it here. I'll just type it out on screen.
In your little chat box.
The Nydus, yeah. So if you type that in exactly how I have it on screen, you should join our in-game channel. If that doesn't work, try it with all caps, but it should be underscore should take you there, right? I want to say underscore will take you there.
Yeah. By the way, is every single match streamed? No, we try and stream everything we can, but the tournament, just to keep everything flowing, kind of goes on. It looks like a little bit of an engage here. RainySoul losing, I believe, 1 Reaper, at least getting 1 really damaged. Just kind of trading some damage there. Ward with the medevac and the move out.
Yeah, we missed a little bit of the game there because we were talking about other things, but yeah. A little bit of a battle now, and now Ellen's popping now a Raven as well, or sorry, rather RainySoul.
Yep. So command center going down from Ward. Looks like a Viking coming out as well. Going to be able to kind of poke at that Raven of RainySoul. I think Rainy's going to be okay in general. Not going to take too much damage. We'll have to see though. Those Cyclones can sometimes get tricky with their damage. And
oh, that was a good pickup, man. Yep. As long as he doesn't lose that medevac, that was a great pickup. Okay, so yeah, he's going to be able to pick him up and take off. That was a nice pickup. But now this Raven has joined the fight, so this is one variation that I see. AZ Alex is saying I can't find my opponent Carter 519. Carter's in the channel. He's the admin Carter 0319. So in 45 seconds he should hear that I said this, or rather 90 seconds, and he'll get with you. But
Cyclone drop coming in the back. You can looks like, oh, nice pickup there. That one Cyclone was extremely low. Oh, shooting the refinery a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be too big a deal. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to shoot
down.
your own refinery, man.
It's all good. It happens. At least they didn't kill it, like you said, so she'll be all right. But Ward still hasn't taken his expansion. I mean, he's building it yet, but it's not going. Whereas RainySoul is already working on filling up her second base. So.
Yep. Absolutely, man. So that's really a nice advantage there, as the command center for Ward does fly over, but through all the pressure, RainySoul has been super solid and able to have the orbital already ready to go, mining gas and grabbing a good amount of SCVs. I gotta say, with the amount of gas that she's mining, we'll have to see if she leans towards mech or brings out bio, because, I mean, it's kind of strange to take that much gas early. Not strange, but obviously you're planning for something, you know?
Yeah, like you're taking it for a reason, basically, is what you're saying. And she drops a third command center on top of this as well, so she's starting to macro away. Also, if you guys are having a problem finding your partner, just look for the admin in our Twitch chat named Shir Shaddai. Get with him and whisper him, and he should be able to sort you out with things such as joining the chat channel and finding your partner. I think there's been an issue with our chat channel, though. I'm going to address that after the tournament. And maybe if we just dissolve it and remake it, it'll stop or something. I'm not sure really what to do about that.
Just hope that it stops.
Yeah, like
so. There is a medevac creeping around the right side of the map, but I'm not sure it'll find an image. It will most likely scout the third CC, which is at least a benefit from it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got 2 Cyclones in it, so you know it can do a little bit of damage, but it's mainly there, like you said, for the scout. So we got a little bit of a Marine battle going on. All right, so here it comes.
Pick up the tank and maybe get out. Ooh, nice, very nice. Small pickup. Uh-oh. Vikings, though, had enough of that shit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. But the one thing you said is exactly like you called it. He just saw that third CC, so at least he knows what's going on.
Yep. Ended up being, I mean, sometimes, like, you're not really going to escape that situation. I mean, maybe it would have been good to scan and see that the Vikings were there, but picking up a tank, at least for your troubles, you get something, you know? It's not just like you flew into Vikings and then died. You at least killed something and then flew into Vikings and died.
Yeah, so they're saying maybe you should try all caps for the chat channel. Maybe give that a go and see if you guys can get in. You have like 15 minutes to find your partner, though, so I wouldn't worry about it too bad. Like, you guys are going to be able to play in the tournament. Don't worry about, like, getting kicked out or something. Just try to get in the chat channel and maybe use all caps. But here we go. Ward has a pretty significant push move out coming. That's a lot of tanks, man. Yep,
creeping around the right side, looking to pressure the third, which is pretty nice. RainySoul, though, picking up the, what are they called? The cooling tower. There, it's got its official name, dude. But knocking down the cooling tower, which is going to slow this push a little bit. The tanks are nice if Ward does get vision of the third, but that's at least going to slow any sort of advancing Marines.
Yeah. Absolutely, killing that is pretty awesome. I didn't know it was called a cooling water tower. And then simultaneously behind this, RainySoul is sending in a bunch of Hellions to scout. I love this decision. It might even force a pullback from the army. It doesn't look like she'll get that lucky, but just scouting is pretty good.
Yep. So picking the third up, SCVs going back, cooling tower going down. I gotta say, this is the tank is going to die, but it's going to pick up what it can at least.
Yeah, so people are saying that they joined without caps. I don't know. It's always been a bug. At least like once a week, we get someone who can't join the chat channel. I've never understood why, nor have we found the problem. So I'm sorry, guys. You can just communicate and find your partner through the Twitch channel. You should be able to do that. Just whisper each other your names, add each other on Battle.net or something. You should be able to work it out there. Get with Shir Shaddai, and he'll be able to help you with that. Yep. 25 SCVs went down, though. That's huge. To those Hellions, man.
Yeah, it's pretty beast. That's
that's a nice Hellion run by.
Absolutely. So RainySoul kind of tucked in here, got a good amount of tanks, 3rd CC, really wanting to get back there, but just being nice and conservative. Definitely has the air dominance, and I got to say, I like RainySoul's position. Unfortunately, her army is a little bit immobile. So while it's good as a defense, it's going to be hard to kind of push out into this more mobile, you know, Marine composition as well.
Yeah, it's pretty tank heavy, as you said, which is a little bit immobile. But the one thing she does have going for her for sure is this air superiority. The amount of Vikings she has, she's going to be able to just poke in here and nuke down these medevacs. He's not going to have any medevacs when this engagement starts. So I do like that. That's pretty nice. Oh shit, here we go with the leapfrog.
Some units going down. There are a couple of Vikings on the ground going to die.
Yeah.
Baiting the Marines in with the Vikings, I got to say. By the way, there was a Hero Reaper. I think it got brought back. But the third now going down for a ward. It was sitting, that Reaper was sitting underneath this third CC award, stopping it.
Yeah, so there's a great idea. Carter says make a new channel and you guys can just suggest people or whatever from there. I love that idea. Can you just sort out like a new chat channel and get people in there, please? But man, RainySoul definitely won the positioning fight there. Was able to take out, what, 3 or 4 tanks there without losing a single tank. That was beast right there, man. Having that high ground vision, as we said with those Vikings, was money move for her.
Feel comfortable to move out now. The tanks sieging. There's Hellbat's kind of not getting up on him, but still the damage is being done. Vikings land. Going to take out all the tanks of Ward, and with that, I think RainySoul will probably push across the map and definitely retake the third.
Yeah, when those Hellbats popped, rather, they just destroyed the amount of bio. That was actually crazy how fast it dropped. But the one thing Ward has going for him is that he's had this third down for quite a while. I mean, don't get me wrong, RainySoul has the lead in terms of worker count, but Ward did have a lot of mules to drop there for a while, and he had that third base up and running, so.
Yep. So both players, I gotta say, the advantage kind of is going here for RainySoul because she did pull those SCVs pretty early. So she is mining out of probably the main and natural a little bit quicker.
Okay.
But save those SCVs so she's able to get right back to it. Ward's a little bit behind. But overall, I gotta say both players kind of, you know, just jostling for position and on fairly stable footing now for both of them.
Yeah, and I'm trying to keep a close eye on upgrades, but mainly the difference we have is that Ward has all of his bio upgraded, and RainySoul's going with strictly vehicle upgrades. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as it progresses throughout the fight. Now that we're into a straight, 3-base TVT. So.
Yep, and I gotta say, 2-2 is just about to finish up for actually 2-2 just finished for Terran, and RainySoul has her 2-2 vehicle weapons and armor going, but it's only about halfway done now. So if Ward chooses to take a fight now, the advantage is going to go to him. But this position, I mean, look at this from RainySoul. Like,
yeah, like how do you attack into that many tanks?
I know,
like,
right?
That's crazy, and they're all spread out, so you're not going to be able to just stem in, take your losses, and nuke them all down. So yeah, I'm with you there. That's going to be extremely hard to attack into. And really quick, while we have just a very short moment before this kicks off, it sounds like they have a second channel joined, and there's going to be someone in there, like, you know, working between the two channels. So thank you guys first and foremost for figuring that out so fast. And then secondly, if anyone has any problem finding their partner, just get in that second channel, and it sounds like Carter and Sheer will help you out from there. So thank you guys for sorting that out. We did just lose 6, so
yeah, SCVs, 18 SCVs going down at the third, continuing to just ravage those with those Hellions, as they are doing an insane amount of damage. This is staying alive there, man.
Yeah, and then on top of that, Ward was moving in with 2 completely fully loaded medevacs, and she sniped them both off with Vikings. So that was 2 like beast-ass moves going down at the same time in the form of aggression and defense. So
just look at the map right now. Like, I mean, or look at the mini map. Like, there's so much pink, and the pink is so spread out with the tanks and the third and all that stuff, dude. And then you look at Ward's base. It's just like, I mean, he's doing what he can with these pushes, but it's like, man, it's just, this is an unbreakable, you know, tank line.
Yeah, so I didn't want to say this before they played because it's kind of like, you know, rude to give away someone's strat or whatever, but this is one of the main reasons why we chose to cast her. Not only is she awesome and has always supported us, but she plays very heavy mech, and it's something we very rarely see. So it's cool that she played out to what we thought she was going to do and gave us a pretty beast mech game, because we don't get to see mech on the Nydus. We see kind of the, you know, the half-assed tank pushes with your bio, but it's rare we see just straight up mech. Oh, another run by, though, getting 7 SCVs down. So she's been poking in constantly and just keeping this SCV number low. It's now 62 workers to 40, so.
Yep, big difference there, man. That's going to be a huge difference as these small skirmishes, you know, keep happening. And she's just going to be able to wear Ward down until the point where she can kind of go for the, you know, mech one-shot punch. But if Ward can sneak in, I mean, there's turrets all. I mean, this is good by RainySoul to have these turrets, making sure that no drops are possible. So it's hard for Ward to find the damage he needs.
That one Marauder being sent out to scout, he met like 12 tanks. That was fucking crazy, dude. That sucks. Guys, marching over the horizon. Yeah. All you see is a bunch of tanks. Oh, here comes the
Stim.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, this is once they get going, if you can. Okay, so a huge siege tank shots going down. Ward backing up, not losing too much, but getting a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah, as you said, it's a pretty immobile army, but once that first volley fired off, it just erased stuff for Ward. But he's not out of it at all. He's starting to catch up in SCVs, and he has 3-3 on his bio forces. So Ward is still definitely in this game. It's just extremely positional now, and he's just going to kind of have to watch how he tacks into this. But that upgrade advantage is immense.
So the CC will fly away, but those Vikings in the air are really just wailing on it. SCV is doing what they can to repair it.
Oh, they're gonna be able to chase away. Looks like.
Oh, there it goes. Takes down the fourth, man. So very good having those Vikings being able to, attack in the sky as well as this kind of hammer punch of the tanks on the ground.
Yep. This guy 3327 saying, is this Clan War or Attorney? This is our Plat Diamond tournament. We got 20 some odd people signed up, and this is our first series. So thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
For sure, man.
I finally updated the score. It's going to be best of 3s until finals, and it'll be a best of 5. So thank you for tuning in, man. I haven't seen your name in here, so.
So it looks like RainySoul feeling pretty confident, sitting around the 196 supply mark and gonna move out. Meanwhile, Ward on 118 and kind of trying.
She's going to be able to get behind him, and that Viking presence is just going to rain down hell on these medevacs. So even though he has a lot of bio, if he stems too much, he's not going to have the... Oh, that tank volley!
Jesus, oh my God, and everything melts those siege tanks reigning supreme, and now there are 2 units out, Vikings and siege tanks, and that's a good game.
Man, when those tanks finally got planted and fired off that volley, that was insane. So while Ward had the upgrade advantage, he just couldn't really do anything against that amount of tanks. That was pretty impressive.
Yep.
So do we have a map 2 already?
One sec, yeah, I think. Let me just confirm with them. I believe it's Daybreak, but...
Okay. Yeah, Sheer dropped. I believe he was trying to help out people who needed help finding their practice partner and stuff. So.
Oh
yeah, nice.
Still there. And now resurrected!
Yeah, so while they got that going off, I can see if we have any people already advancing. Holy shit, so KIAA is already into round 2. Sophia and Holden are going to be round 2. Someone should whisper Sophia and say that we'll cast that as our first round 2 game. Are you okay with that? Just because it's already, they're both already there and in there? Okay. Yep. So we should let Shir Shaddai know that. Will you whisper him, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, and then I asked them if they were ready, so just make sure they are, and then you should be good to go. But
okay. Cool. Is this Nation Wars? What's up, KP Murray? How you doing, man? Haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for joining us. Man, that was nuts, though. That tank volley.
Yeah, dude. That was like.
I'm just now seeing it because of the delay. Yeah.
It really it was like a two full shot thing, man, and they just kind of wasted away. It's hard once mech gets up on, full 200 supply like that. You really just move across the map, and it's really just like, the one punch knockout with mech.
Yeah. And the air dominance, too, I think was key that entire time. Just keeping that medevac count extremely low. It's making it really hard to just stim around and have your way with that mobility, so... Oh, weird. It still shows him with the crown. I guess he can be party lead without being lobby lead. I'm an idiot.
We're out here learning, guys.
That was my bad. I'm sitting here like, dude, you can go ahead and throw me lobby lead and we'll jump into this game number 2. So yeah, that was my bad. But yeah, so game number 2 will be on Daybreak, and RainySoul will be up currently 1 map in this best of 3 series number 1. What a crazy TVT though, man. I didn't know how that was going to go because of the upgrade advantage. He had the ability to just get in there and rain down hell with 3-3 bio. I've been on the receiving end of that before. Like it gets pretty ugly to say the least, so.
Yep, but RainySoul doing a good job of. I think honestly, those turrets are such a nice touch, and what you got to do in TVT to make sure that if you're playing against bio, they can't come in and do the drops or anything like that, So just really nice, consistent play out of RainySoul. Allowed her to get up to 200 supply and really just laid it down. But let's get into game 2. Go ahead.
All right, so our orange Terran player in the top right-hand corner of the map, currently up 1 game in this best of 3 series from Slothy Seconds. It is RainySoul. What a fucking clan name, by the way, too. Slothy Seconds. Know, right? That shit makes me laugh every time.
And her opponent in the bottom of Daybreak from Clan Just, the blue Terran is Ward.
Yep. Baxter joining us. What's up, man? He's saying giant bracket today. Yeah, we had 41 people sign up to participate. Only 28 checked in, but still, just getting 41 people to sign up I thought was pretty badass. That's a new milestone for us. But welcome, Baxter. What's up, man? You got here just in time for this TVT to kick off. The last one was pretty intense. I'm not sure how much of it you caught, if any. So,
Mech versus Bio, man. It's always nice. Mech versus Mech is kind of like that can get a little weird, you know. But Mech versus Bio, especially when the Bio player is, you know, being super mobile and trying to drop and stuff, can be interesting games to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, people hate on Mech versus Mech a lot, but it's kind of like ZVZ for me. Like, as much as it sometimes gets a little stale, I can respect it for sure. So I don't really hate a Mech versus Mech. I don't think that's what we're going to get, though. I didn't want to say it before, but Ward plays a pretty heavy Bio style. So I don't think, you know, he'll switch it up that hard. But who knows? I haven't seen him play against a Mech player yet. So maybe he does have, you know, something lined up with how he beats a Mech player or whatever.
Yep. Ward going to go ahead and see the natural or the second CC going down from RainySoul. So that's pretty nice. Good scout by Ward.
Yeah, he's had solid information this entire time. He's really good at getting in there and trying to see what's up. So, like, he saw that third CC come down, and he's good with this information. Oh, yep. And he denied the scouting, too, with both those Marines picking up that Reaper. So, or was that just an SCV, probably? I don't think it was
that was
Reaper.
An SCV.
Yeah, my bad. But either way, that's a good pickup.
So it looks like Tech Lab going down on the factory and starport as well. So I imagine this is probably going to be for some tank play here. The Reaper getting shooed away. RainySoul having to back up, heal up some HP on that. Ooh, he's going to move the factory, so it looks like this might be to switch the starport.
What is this? Yeah, I was going to say just some Banshee version of a 1-1-1 type. Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this, yeah. All right.
I think what you're laying down.
Yeah, no. I caught up a little late there. That was my bad.
It's all good. So there's Reactor on the barracks as well, so I imagine he's going to be pumping out Marines to keep him safe. Cloak being researched, so I don't know. I mean, that doesn't... I mean, some players see that as more of a commitment to Banshees. Some players are like, yeah, I don't, you know, if I'm just going one Banshee, I don't need it. But I think it's always a good idea to pick up Cloak and make sure that you're trying to maximize the damage from the Banshee.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if he can get over and unscouted. I mean, as of now, it's completely unscouted. But she is holding this tower with this Reaper, so maybe she can see it fly across or something and get lucky. Oh, never mind. As I say that, the scan comes down, and she's going to get complete vision of the starport on that Tech Lab. So she's got to know. Always... I'd imagine we're about to see some turrets fly down here in a minute. So
that's always super awkward when you're like, okay, my thing's almost done, and it's just like you get scanned, you're like, fuck. And like the Tech Lab was being scanned, or the Tech Lab on the factory was being scanned too, letting, you know, RainySoul know that probably tanks should be coming out. The one thing Ward does have going for him is he dropped the second CC after the scan went down. So Alan still thinks, or RainySoul still thinks that it is.
He's on like a one base type deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Sorry, I gotta just change one thing on the overlay and move something that's been bugging me. Okay, we're good. It shouldn't have even locked up the stream. But she did drop her eBay and the turret's up. It was just a little late, but I don't think he even got a single kill. He may have gotten one because I don't think... Oh, and he got away with his Banshee, so that was a good pullback. But Game Heart doesn't activate unless you get 2 SCVs, so I'm not sure if he got one there. Oh, wait, we can check. Yeah, he may have gotten one, yeah.
When he got one, look at him go. But severely bruised Banshee. Lucky to get out, but would have liked to keep a little bit more HP on that just so he could have had a little bit more pressure with it. But saving the Banshee was definitely good.
Yep, so he's going to poke in here into the natural, I guess, and try to see what damage he can get done here. But there's a turret, and I'm sure he probably knows that. So this is probably more of just a scout than anything else. Baxter saying, I was watching the rebroadcast of Nation Wars, and this is the first game I'm watching and plan on staying for the night. Awesome, man. Glad to see you here. Oh, shit, this Banshee picking off a couple SCVs that are just out of range of the turret. I know that's got to be a little bit annoying.
Yep. So picking up 3 SCVs, which is pretty nice. Getting some damage there with the Banshees. I imagine this is just for pressure and to kind of break some of the APM of RainySoul, get a decent scout off, like you said. Raven out now, kind of going to put a stop to any Cloak shenanigans.
Yeah, and the one big difference I'm seeing is that Ward still hasn't got his second out and actively mining. He's managed to keep up in, or Ward, sorry, hasn't, he's managed to keep up in workers, but he still hasn't got that second picked up. It's flying out there right now, so that'll help and jumpstart his economy, but there for a while, he didn't have it up, so. Like you said, though, the Ravens.
Yeah, man, Ravens are pretty sweet, especially point defense drone and all those cool, like, I don't know, Ravens are pretty Versatile units, man. I don't really ever use them, but I watch people use them. I'm like, man, I should use Ravens.
Yeah, and again, Rainy taking that early third CC. That's twice now that she's done an extreme. Well, I mean, I don't know TBT that good, so I'm not gonna say extremely early, but that's a pretty early third if you ask me. So.
Yeah, sometimes it can get pretty scary when like you underestimate that. You know, you're like, okay, well, and then a bunch of tanks are like cycling show up.
Like,
so
it should be safe. Yeah.
I miscalculated.
But again, though, the huge variation I see is that she's going pretty Viking heavy, and maybe that's still in response to the Banshee. But either way, it helped out a lot getting down those medevacs and pretty much negating stem all over the place. So I do like that play too.
And you may have gotten that Banshee with a scan, but it's nice to have that Raven. You can see it flying around with that kind of pack of Vikings there, picking up the Banshee. So a nice play by that, preparation from RainySoul.
Yeah, seriously, they got a straight air formation going on over here.
Yeah, they got a whole division, dude.
Yeah, but Ward's finally got this natural up and rolling, and it's completely saturated, and it's well defended as well. So I do like that from him. He was a bit behind there in worker counts, but now there's only a 4 SCV difference, so he completely caught up behind a fat round. So.
Yep, and his own third is going down as well. So a little bit behind RainySoul's. She's building it into a orbital right now, but still getting it down, not too late. And as you said earlier, a nice defensive, siege tank line to help him hold his natural.
Yep, so he's going to poke in here with this Banshee again, see if he can get any SCV kills. Again, probably just more to see the reactionary forces scout. Oh shit, he's going to come mess with this. He's not going to get it though.
Army of Ellen moving across the map now. Cyclone's in there, a couple of tanks and Marines. Is Stim done? Yes, it is.
Yeah, she scanned and still felt confident though, so she kept moving in after the scan.
Gonna drop the turret, that'd be pretty sweet. From the Raven to draw that siege tank fire and then go in.
Give it to me.
I don't know. I mean, just kind of this contain is really nice. Not gonna be able to go over to the third safely or transfer any SCVs or anything like that.
Yep. Follow Micro joining us in chat. What's up, buddy? He runs a killer G. Oh shit! Here we go. Seeker missile.
Nice.
Okay, so the split was pretty good. He only lost like 2 Marines for it. I'm just excited to see it. That's another one of those things that I get pretty excited about because it has the potential to just be a game changer. But what we did miss behind this posturing is that Ward flew in and got 7 SCVs down with just a single Banshee from what I can tell. So that's pretty damn good, dude.
Yep, picking up damage wherever he can. Unfortunately, he's got this contain, but he's not. I mean, he's being pressured, but he's not active under fire, So like, it's kind of okay now. He can just kind of, reinforce units and look to take the engage that he eventually wants to take.
Yeah, and like you said, right here, it's more of just a contain than anything else. Oh shit, he's loading up a drop though, so we'll see. Maybe he's gonna just try to move out and drop on top of it like we saw last night. That was pretty. Oh, okay, no.
We got a double drop. Yeah, with the number of Vikings, I don't think he can take that. And that's kind of the problem
that's a
here.
Good point, yeah.
Is that, I mean, you want to build medevacs and stuff for your Marines, but if you fly them over, they're kind of going to get picked off by the Vikings. So you got to kind of do these like medevac drops, fly around, and somehow figure out a way to kind of go at that army. I think actually if he kind of unsieged and went for it, he'd be able to take it. But I mean, with significant losses, you don't,
Yeah.
Wants to be safe and be passive.
Oh, he's going to see this. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he's going to catch this third at like the perfect time. Oh, he's going to unload right when it's trying to land. This was insane timing, dude. I think it was a bit of luck more than anything, but damn, that was great pickup. He got a free tank. He's going to get a few SCVs on top of it, and he might even be able to mess with this natural because there's really just nothing here. Okay, so into the siege tank now.
Oh, you don't want to lose those.
Oh, that one got really close.
Like Mission Impossible. Oh no, with the turret. I think that's going to be all she wrote. But trying to get some drops done. Drop on the siege tank there. Unfortunately, losing a lot of his units.
It was the SCVs that made the difference there, dude. Did you see those 2 join in on the fight?
I did not know, but it looks like we have a big unsiege from Ward. Is he just going to go for it?
Yeah, I know. He's like, all right, that pissed me. Oh, he is going to go for it.
All right, so we'll have to see if he keeps his tanks unsieged. Sometimes it's pretty nice because they can be mobile and split, so we just freeze the army there. Very nice.
Yeah. That was enough to send RainySoul packing. So she's got a nice, sizable defense back at home. I don't think she's out of it at all. But, man, that was a good call. I was questioning it when he unsieged it just like you were. But once he stemmed forward and started burning down those tanks, I figured it was the correct move. That was quick, man. And on top of this, he gets to move out his third and get it rolling as well. So what a crazy-ass game already, dude. This has been a good series. And it's only the first series. Pretty stoked.
Yeah, I know, right? This is really awesome, man. I gotta say, Ward doing a good job of busting out of that contain, man. Just waiting, being super passive, trying to find damage with drops, and when that, was done and it's time to break out, finally went for it, and really, like you said, kind of sent RainySoul packing.
Yep. IGX Cyclone is saying, hey, can I get some help from one of the casters, please, after you get out of a game? If it's involving tonight's tournament, get with one of the admins, Shir Shaddai or Carter. They will help sort you out. If it's not involving tonight's immediate tournament, just shoot me a message at twitch.thenydus and we'll get with you afterwards, man. Welcome, though, Cyclone. How you doing? IGX hype. I love IGX. But back to the game, RainySoul moving out, and it looks like she's trying to push in on this third and see if she can get it down. And unless Ward gets over there very quickly, he might lose it. He's kind of a bit of an immobile army right now.
Yep, those tanks kind of wailing away. Looks like RainySoul just going for it. Backing up, taking a couple more tank shots probably than necessary, but those Vikings are going to be able to sustain some damage on that. Meanwhile, Ward struggling to find a good position.
Yeah, Ward lost a few units just trying to move into that because he was caught a little bit off guard, but he's not out of it by any means. He still has plenty of units, but I feel like he was caught out of position there and then lost a bit more than needed.
Yep.
But now he's going to be able to negate anything else from coming in because he has the tank lead by far, I think. Because of the medevacs, I can't quite see underneath him, but I know he's got it. He got her beat there, so
yep,
he should be fine for now.
So it looks like definitely an awkward position. You want to go back and take your third, but RainySoul just kind of keeping that contain on that. So the second time this game, RainySoul has a nice contain, so...
Oh shit, he's moving out behind her though, going to try to catch her in a bit of a pincher movement. Oh, this is going to be disastrous for RainySoul's troops, unfortunately. I don't think she sees it.
Nice.
So she had the sensor tower. So she saw it move out.
A double drop coming around to the bottom too, so I have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, here the story is, can Ward do it? He's going to come in from both sides. The left side Marines melt, and I think he's going to be able to push through. Most of his Marines are dead though, just tanks remaining for RainySoul. He does clean it up with this double drop now in Ward's base.
Oh yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I was sitting there watching the fight. That's a pretty good move from RainySoul. She's going to be able to come in here and pick off an entire barracks. Oh, and the tech lab, that's a good pickup as well. But she just lost a lot of her forces and is now trailing behind in upgrades as well. That's another thing that I'm trying to keep my eye on. Ward's going to be able to come in here and clean this up. Ooh, that was a nice pickup though. She's going to be able to fly off and not lose too much for that. A couple of Marines. So...
yeah, absolutely, man. So picking up some of those add-ons, making sure that Ward's going to have to spend money and time to turn those back into reactors and tech labs, really what you want there. But very nice, picking up some damage wherever she can.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the Vikings and just air dominance has kept all these medevacs. Oh, shit, right here.
Yep. And it looks like, I think, honestly, RainySoul's going to be able to clean this up. Those tanks sieged a little bit late, but it didn't matter. And that is GG.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Ward was moving out there, didn't quite see the troops sitting there. And because she had that sensor tower, she was able to see him moving out and just took game number